we are from Group FSWH Group. We will present about risk management Petron Berhad company. So let me introduce my name is Chief Azrubin Haya. My metric number is BHR 09212007.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Nur Sabira binti Tamarjaya and my metric number is BHR 09212017.
So my name is Nur Hazwani binti Jamil and my metric number is BHR 09212018.
Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Haris Najmi bin Syaifanwa. My metric number BHR 09212019.
On this topic, this is our table of content. First, company profile. Second, board risk management committees and our team risk management system. 4, COVID-19 company risk response. 5, company risk strategy, and the last one is the conclusion.
Let's start your presentation with the company profile. Petron Corporation, and familiarly known as Petron, is a division of Samingul Corporations. Petron is headquartered at Mandaluyong, Philippines. It refines and markets an array of petroleum products which include gasolines, petroleums, gas, kerosene, industrial fuel oil, diesel, and jet fuel. For your information, the organization sells its product to industrial end users and resellers through a network of service stations. The organization markets and distributes total petroleum products in the Philippines, India, Malaysia, Japan, Singapore, South Korea, Pakistan, Thailand, and United Arab Emirates. Petron is a Malaysia company that was established in Kuala Lumpur in 1960. So, we will continue to the vision and mission. Vision of the company is to be the leading provider of total customer solutions in the oil sector and its aligned business. Next, we will continue to missions. They have 5 missions. First mission is being an integral part of our customer life, exceeding expectation and meeting changing needs, delivering a consistent customer experience through quality product and innovative service. The second mission is developing strategic partnership in pursuit of growth opportunities. The third one is fostering an entrepreneurial culture that encourages teamwork, innovation, and excellence. Next is acting with professionalism, integrity, and fairness at all times, and adhering to the stringent safety and environment standard. And lastly is promoting the best interests of all our stakeholders and caring for our community. Next, I will continue to Board of Directors Petron Malaysia Refining and Marketing Berhad. The chairman, which is also an executive director of Petron Malaysia, is Mr. Ramson S. Ang. And under him, we can see they have 5 independent directors. First is Yang Berbahagia Datuk Nik Muhammad Hasyuddin bin Yusof. Second is Miss Chuan Si Hua. Followed by Yang Berbahagia Datuk Noriza binti Haji Abdul Hamid. Next is Mr. Fong Siu Ki. And lastly is Mr. Antonio M. Kailo. Mr. Lubin B. Nepomucino is a CEO and Executive Director, followed by Ms. Aurora D. Salderon and Ms. Jacqueline L. Ang.
This is a Petron Board Audit and Management Committee. The chairpersons of communities is Yang Berbahagia Datuk Zainal Abidin Putih. The members are Ms. Chua Si Hua, Mr. Fong Siu Ki, Mr. Antonio M. Kailo, and the last one is Yang Berbahagia Datuk Noriza binti Haji Abdul Hamid.
So, for the next part, I will explain about risk management system of Petron's company. The first point is the company recognizes that risk can be mitigated by having an effective system of internal control in place. In other words, the company knows that risk can be reduced when there is an effective internal control system. So it is very important to business operations. The three is to identify potential risks. For example, such as following SOP or periodic inspection. Petron Malaysia companies employs Petron Corporation enterprise-wide risk management tools to manage their risk. So the matter will not be too critical because we will always be aware of the surrounding situation. So, for the next point is, the company risk management process is a bottom-up approach. The meaning here is that the employee makes a report or complaint to the employer about the risk that will happen. This is because employees are given a mandatory to make complaints about the risk. As we know, prevention is better than cure. The risks identified and those which may have a high financial risk or a non-financial risk, such as first is health and safety, second is environmental, third is regulatory, and the last one is regulation risk. Key risks are identified and the process to manage these risks are determined. The review of risk management issues is a permanent agenda item at the board audit and risk management committee meetings. Our article is in 2020 and that time was the peak of COVID-19. So there are indeed various risks for each system or change will indeed take time while the system is used or stabilized. The refinery division and the Petron Malaysia companies have deputy programs to overcome the company's risks. So they have created a program to avoid this risk become more critical. In this program, it is very important because we will also learn how to control the risk. This is because we know the company is committed to sustaining a safe, secure and environment-friendly business operation. No employer wants their employees to have an accident or injury. So, it is very important to overcome the risk. Additionally, the organization examines all business continuity plans on a regular basis to make sure that in the event of an emergency, the business recovery procedure is reliable and efficient. The next one is the company risk management approach involves identifying and managing potential risks that are crucial to the business. The company manage potential risks to the business. Because of that, they provide insurance. For example, Petron's company, insurance that cover property, marine cargo, third-party liability, personal injury, accidental death, terrorism and sabotage, machinery breakdown, and also the last one is business disruption, which is maintained by the company. For ourselves, we do not know when the danger will come, so we have to do insurance for emergency backup. We must do it for ourselves. If anything happens, we can claim for that insurance package. That's why it is very important for us to find a company that has insurance. So for the last one is in response to the claim regarding Petron Corporation risk management, the organization employs a technique to evaluate and rank risk according to how they might affect the company's operations. Organizations or companies use technique to identify risks that may affect the company's operation or production. For example, when a machine breaks down, the machine needs to go for service and we must know the problem. This is because when the production parts cannot be carried out and the effect is sale will decrease or there will be no sales. So we don't know about the upcoming problem. However, we must overcome the problem to reduce the risk.
Next, I will present about COVID-19 company risk response. The COVID-19 pandemic and resulting lockdown severely impact the company's sales volumes and revenue in 2020. Gross profit declined 65% and the company reported a net loss for the year. Facing this unprecedented challenge, the company took a multi-pronged approach focused on protecting employees, cutting costs, adapting the business, and continuing strategic investment to return to profitability. The question is, how does Petron respond to the pandemic of COVID-19? First and foremost, Petron respond to employee health and safety. The company made safeguarding the health and safety of its workforce the top priority. This includes implementing comprehensive protections and protocols to prevent the spread of COVID-19, even during lockdowns when operations continue. By putting employees first despite the difficult business climate, the company was able to maintain operation and morale. They implement a work from home arrangement to provide a safe working environment. The Be Safe culture was promoted to ensure safety in all aspects of operation. The company recognized the importance of the health and welfare of their employees, demonstrating a proactive approach to safeguarding their workforce. Other than that, cost-cutting measure. In response to the financial challenge posed by the pandemic and the oil market crisis, the company implemented cost-cutting measure. These measures include aligning plans and initiating cash preservation efforts. As a result, they managed to save RM 31 million, about 11% in operating expenses. This strategic approach played a crucial role in mitigating the economic impact of the crisis and eventually contribute to their return to profitability. Additionally, continued strategic investment. Despite the challenging business environment, the company continued its strategic investment. Notably, they mentioned the diesel hydrotreater DHT and marine import facility 2 MIF2 projects which were carried forward despite delays during the Movement Control Order MCO. This investment aimed to enhance their capabilities and product offerings, such as producing ultra-low sulfur automotive diesel and expanding their import capacity. This demonstrates their commitment to grow and long-term sustainability. Moreover, adapting product and service. The company adapts its product and services to meet changing consumer demands. They expand their retail network by adding 25 new service stations, making their products more accessible. They also mention the availability of high-performance fuels like Blaze 100 and Turbo Diesel Euro 5 at numerous stations. Additionally, they introduced a new station design philosophy, less is more, to provide more value to customers with fewer resources. Finally, return to profitability. Despite the economic challenges, the company concerted effort in implementing cost-cutting measures and strategic investment lead to a return to profitability in the second half of the year. The net loss for the entire year was reduced to RM 13 million. This risk, resilience, and ability to overcome the pandemic-induced slump highlight the company's financial strength and adaptability, setting a positive outlook for the future.
Next is about the company's strategy. In my part, I will explain about how Petron's strategy to manage their risk management. Petron have 5 strategies to control their risk management. First, risk identification. Second, qualitative risk. Third, quantitative risk. 4. Risk response planning. And 5. Risk monitoring and control. I will explain one by one about the risk management strategy. Risk identification is a process of identifying, documenting, and understanding potential risks that could affect an organization's goals, project, or operation. Risks can be identified through various means such as a brainstorming session, historical data analysis, expert opinions, and scenario planning. Okay, under risk identification, we have 4 risks. First, operational risk. Their facilities are built to meet the highest industry standard and regulatory requirement. Prioritize operational integrity at their PDR, Lumut POME plant, and fuel terminal to ensure safe and uninterrupted operations. Process equipment fails can be caused unplanned shutdown, and fire breakdown can render their facility inoperable. These incidents can disrupt their supply chain. To mitigate the operational risk, all Petron operating sites are required to conform to the Petron Operational Integrity Management System (POIMS) expectation. Next is a financial risk. Okay, volatility in the crude and the product price has an impact on the company financial performance. The Commodity Risk Management Committees meet weekly or necessary to steward inventory management design and implement its existing commodity hedging strategy to protect exposure to forex exchange volatility, US dollar dominated asset, and the ability to also hedge with reputable counterparty banks. Third is strategy and market risk. They are established product quality management system to ensure strict control over product quality and to reduce the likelihood of any untoward incidents. This also ensures there's a customer complaint if any are handled efficiently, especially those involving quality issue. Petron Refinery and Fuels Terminal in Peninsula Malaysia are integrated management system certified, which comprise ISO 9001 equals 2015 for a quality, ISO 14001-2015 for environment, and ISO 45001-2018 for occupational safety and health. Last, hazard risks. The Emergency Response Plan (ERP) and Business Continuity Plan (BCP) have been established to deal with significant risk incidents including cybersecurity and recent pandemic. Each business unit operating site conduct periodic trial exercise to assess its preparedness and readiness to respond to such incidents. Appointed doctors was requested on their likelihood and potential impact. It does not involve assigning specific numerical value to risk. Risks are usually ranked on a scale. It's low, medium, and high, and may use qualitative descriptor. Common techniques include risk probability and impact assessment, risk metric, and risk heat map. The outcome from qualitative risk analysis can be identified from the review of risk management method from the Board Audit and Risk Management 2222. Annual Report MS78. The communities was informed that for 2022, management has updated the risk profile of the company to include the pandemic as a high impact, medium likelihood risk. Alright, the third point for the risk management strategy for the Petronas is quantitative risk analysis. What is a quantitative risk analysis? That use numerical data to assess the likelihoods and the potential impact of risk. It's to provide a more precise assessment than a qualitative analysis. Technique may include statistical modeling, simulation, sensitivity analysis, and Monte Carlo simulations. It assigns specific values such as probability and financial impact to risk. This analysis allows for a more detailed understanding of potential losses, helping organizations make informed decisions about risk response and mitigation strategy. This is about the quantitative. Alright, so the last part I will explain about what the strategy Petron have used to manage to their risk management. Okay, risk response planning. Okay, risk response planning. Once risks are identified, assessed, organization need to develop strategy to respond to them. This can involve risk mitigation, risk avoidance, risk transfer, risk acceptance, or a combination of these. The strategy are developed based on risk assessment impact, and likelihood common approaches include risk reductions through process challenge, purchasing insurance, or setting aside contingency fund. The goal is to develop plans to manage and mitigate risk effectively. This plan outlines specific action to address each risk, as well as responsible parties and timeline. So, this is about the risk planning. So, I have one point last before I end my presentations for this part is risk monitoring and control. After implementing risk response plan, it is essential to continuously monitor and control risk. This includes tracking change in risk condition and researching the effectiveness to risk response strategy, regularly reviewing key risk indicator, performing audits, and making necessary adjustments to risk response planning based on news information or changes in the business environment. Continuous monitoring ensure that risks are managed effectively and that news risks are identified and addressed properly, helping the organization adapt to evolving circumstances. That's all from me. I pass for my friends for the next slide for our presentation.
Let's continue to the next part, which is SWOT part. What is SWOT? S stands for strength, W stands for weakness, O for opportunities, and T is for threats. The first point of strength is Petron Malaysia has an extensive network of service stations in the country. For your information, Petron Malaysia has more than 720 service stations in Malaysia which provide a delightful and rewarding one-stop service experience for travelers on the road. These service stations are located across all the Malaysian country, for example in Negeri Sembilan, Penang, Perak, and Kuala Lumpur. Petron Malaysia acquired ExxonMobil downstream business in Malaysia in 30 March 2012. What is ExxonMobil? ExxonMobil downstream business refers to the part of its operation that involve refining crude oil into various petroleum products and getting those products to end user. And for your information, Petron Malaysia Refining and Marketing Berhad, a public company, lists on the main board of Bursa Malaysia Security Berhad and Petron Fuel International Syndicate Berhad. The second strength is the company has a business continuity plan in place to manage the impact of the pandemic and ensure continued and safe operations. According to the annual report, Petron Malaysia faced challenge and restriction due to COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, which altered delivery schedule of finished product and caused delay in completions of key projects. However, the company business continuity plan was immediately active, and the plan proved to be effective in ensuring the company interests are protected and the continued supply of petroleum product to the company customer continue unaffected. They also mentioned that Petron Malaysia remain a safe working place for employees as they elevate the Be Safe culture to the next level, and they continue to provide consistent and reliable service to customers and communities. Next, we go detail on weakness part. The first point of weakness part is the COVID-19 pandemic has substantially affected the company's sales volume. Regarding the statement that COVID-19 pandemic has substantially full demand, which has affected the company's sales volume. According to the annual report, the COVID-19 pandemic has a significant impact on Petron Malaysia's sales volume in 2020. The demand due to the lockdown impact the country gross domestic product, also known as keluaran dalam negara, which contract by 5.6% for 2020. For your information, Petron Malaysia total sales volume declined by 21% from 36.3 million in 2019 to 28.6 million in 2020. The second weakness is the implementation of the Movement Control Order (MCO) in Malaysia has limited the movement and economic activities which has also affected the company operations. The MCO was implemented in March 2020, initially for 3 months, followed by the conditional MCO and recovery MCO, which limited movement and economic activity, substantially reducing the domestic fuel demand. By activating its business continuity plan, the company was able to fulfill its commitment to fuel and the nation, its customer and vital industry with no disruptions. Let's move to the next part, which is opportunities part. Opportunities. First point is Petron Malaysia can leverage workplace flexibility for continuous engagement and productivity. Malaysia has adopted a set of key values that reflects the company commitment to sustainable diversity and responsible business practices. One of these values is to develop and offer work arrangements that help meet the need of diverse workplace in balancing work and family obligations. The value indicate that Petron Malaysia recognize the importance of workplace flexibility in promoting employees' engagement and productivity. Additionally, company focus its effort on improving business process, including cost-saving measures during the COVID-19 pandemic. This focus on improving business process may have included adoption of workplace flexible measures to promote employees' engagement and productivity. The second point for opportunities is the company can serve customer online to adapt to the new normal brought about by the pandemic. According to the annual report, Petron Malaysia collaborates with delivery service, which is Food Panda Malaysia, to enable its customer to purchase items online and have them delivered to their house during the pandemic. For your information, the annual report also states that Petron Malaysia expand its retail network and opens 25 new service stations, 14 of which are under Petron Malaysia Refining and Marketing Berhad, despite the challenge posed by the pandemic. Let's move to the next part, which is threats part. The first point for threats is the ongoing pandemic and its impact on the global market pose a significant risk to the company operations. The impact of the ongoing pandemic on Petron Malaysia operation is that it has sustainably reduced the domestic fuel demand, which has affected the company's sales volume. The implementation of the movement control order in Malaysia has also limited the movement and economic activity, which has affected the company operations. The last point is the business of the company has a moderate to high level of risk in terms of business, financial and economic outlook. The first point is risk to the company operation or business risk. This includes things like supply chain interruption, market demand, and competition. For instance, shift in the market demand for fuel goods may have an effect on the volume and income of sales for the business. The second point is financial risk. This category of risk is related to the financial performance of the organization and consists of elements like market, trading, and liquidity risk. The financial success of the corporation may be impacted, for instance, by change in interest rate or foreign exchange rates. The last part is economic outlook risk. Risk related to the company economic outlook include inflation, interest rate, and currency change. These risks are related to the state of the economy of the nation or the economy of business. For instance, modification of Malaysia economic forecast may have an effect on the volume and income of sales for the firm.
In conclusion, Petron Malaysia used enterprise-wide risk management solution from Petron Corporation to manage risk. The company reviews its risk metric annually, identifying and controlling key risks based on anticipated and current conditions. The ongoing pandemic is considered the primary risk for 2020 due to its impact on operations during lockdowns. The company prioritized risk management for long-term viability. To improve risk management strategies, Petron Malaysia could provide more detailed information on specific risks and their management, as well as detailed business continuity plans for ongoing operation in case of disruptions. That's all from us. Thank you.